hell? The thing where it looks like you're standing at the bottom of the ocean and looking up is so weird to me. And for all the people that all these new clouds just sort of were identified because I guess they weren't there before. I don't really understand how that works. But where are the paintings? Where are all the paintings that look like this? If this is all stuff that the Earth has always done, it's not something that has to do with chemtrails or HARP or anything like that. Where are the paintings of all this? I stumbled on it yesterday, just talking about it, but isn't it strange? Look at that eyeball. Jesus, can you see that? That looks like it's looking at me. Holy shit. Do you see it's right here? Look at the eyeball. Right in front of us. It looks like an eyeball with eyelashes.
Those two just got into a brawl.
You need to be really careful right now. It's about to be where you're going, about to be really shitty.
Dogs are outside.
I know. Nissus! Nick! Let the dogs in, please. Come out here. Let them in, but come out here.
Where's the lump go?
It's right there. Go let the dogs in real quick. It's about to hit them. This is wild. Again, I'm just a conspiracy theorist. Where are the paintings? There should be all sorts of paintings. Like if I was an artist that could draw, seeing that would have inspired me. I would have come in, I would have been like, I gotta paint that shit. I gotta paint that. Where it looks like we're looking up from the bottom of the water. You've seen those videos, you've seen National Geographic, all that. Hey! Get in the house! Mo, let's go.
Oh, come on.
Mo! Let's go.
Mo's it.
The electricity's got them all juiced up. Oh well, they can get wet. They're not made of sugar. Look at how weird that is. It's normal clouds, yo. It's just normal clouds. It's just normal clouds. Get in the house, Mo. Get in the house. Go. Thank you, sir. Look at this weird line right here. That looks like a chemtrail. Oh, here comes the lightning and shit. It's just gonna crack open and it's gonna just start raining. It's weird. It doesn't look like that much different beyond this weird cloud thing than it did. Than it does like on this side of it, but we'll see. I don't know. Is that like just a storm wave and then it's gonna pass and everything behind? That looks like it could be pretty significant rain on the other side of that. What the fuck is this? Look at that. Looks like a dream. Here it comes. It looks like waves. I mean, I just don't understand what else people are saying. This looks like waves. It looks like it's building up right here. It's like pushing up and it's about to curl over. What's going on, dude? Isn't this crazy? What I want to know is if all this is just normal, and they, a couple years ago they came out with all these new clouds. Where's the paintings of it from back in the day? Don't you think this would inspire an artist or two? But there's none. Strange, huh? It's not geoengineering, though. Don't say that. I was saying they seemingly brought like this when you look at these last couple weeks, weather-wise, it's been incredible storms, and it's been super duper like deadly hot, like dangerous hot outside. So it just happens to be that it's the type of weather that isn't conducive to protesting. All those protests out there about Israel being the piece of shit they are, those haven't been able to happen because of all the storms and the heat. Again, I'm sure that's just more coincidence. But I think it's strange, don't you? I'm a guy that questions coincidence. And when I see a whole bunch of it, I can't help but question things. I'm wondering if it's going to be just this storm, this cloud that has the rain, or if that's all rain behind it, because it's really light. All right, here we go. I mean, we've had tornadoes and shit here in Michigan. That's not natural. That's not. That's not normal. We don't have tornadoes here, especially not where I am. And yet we had a big one, killed a 2-year-old. 3 weeks, 4 weeks ago. Dude, big branch just hit the thing. Oh yeah, here comes the big storm. So this is on the other side. Boy, howdy. Oh man. You see that? I got that one. That was crazy, huh? Wow. Some big ass raindrops just decided to start falling. Tin roof! Rusted. Is that it? Wow. 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 Wish I could open up my windows upstairs and let all that fucking heat out. Hey, do me a favor. Go upstairs and open up that window. Thank you. Just so it lets the heat out. The rain's coming from the other way, so it won't come in. Significant wind. Oh, look, we had 6 people. Not anymore, but we had 6 people. So again, I'm asserting that this really extreme weather that we've had for the past few weeks is, just like everything else, a result of Israel. Since that's who controls HARP, that's who controls the chemtrails to begin with. But when you look at the situation happening in the world right now, it makes sense. It really does make sense that it was that they don't want us talking about protesting whatever it is when it comes to Israel. That's what I think is happening. They've done everything they can to prevent us from, because they can't just engage in a debate. They can't just talk about things. What could they talk about? They're pieces of shit. Hey, dude, go hit that light switch you turned off. You flipped my switches on accident around in the back door. Both switches. Not that one. Gotcha, buddy. Thank you. Oh, wow. Wow. It is raining heavy. I still don't understand rain very much. I think they're lying to us when it comes to the rain. I'm not like most conspiracy theorists, right? I don't sit here and pick and choose which fantastic, far-fetched things I'm gonna believe. I don't believe any of the shit they say. I think they're lying to us about fucking everything. And, until I can be shown that they're not lying, that's how I'm gonna approach it. I'm not gonna give the benefit of the doubt from the beginning. You can't just show me shit and you must be telling me the truth because you're the government. Oh, she's going to be upset. That. Run, nigga, run! Run, nigga, run! Why come we never remember the sewer grate until after it's raining?
I know, that's where I slowed down.
we have the sewer grate, one there and one across the street. And they're like the only sewer grates for this whole section of the street. Plus, it's designed to flow into those two. There's like a slight dip. So literally like, I don't know, 10 houses that way. I don't know how many houses this way. There's a street there, so that's sort of a division. But we get it all. And it all comes towards us. And it all pools up. If the grates are covered in schmutz. You know, it's funny, my elderly neighbor was just out there fixing his flag. And God, are we stupid. Flags are stupid. And to pledge an allegiance to a flag, like they tell you that so many men and women died for that flag. No, they didn't. They didn't die for the flag. They died because rich Jews told them to go fight in this conflict or that conflict against other poor dumb goyim. But it has nothing to do with the flag. They didn't die for the flag. You know, I'm sure there are people who are in extreme situations who then see that symbol and are inspired by that symbol to do things, no doubt. But that's just what happens when, you know, it's like, are you dumb enough to think that how you think about America is unique? How we think about America is unique? Everybody thinks that way about their country. If anything, they think more of it. You know, look at the French people. Look at what they've been doing as far as the farmers, protesting for the farmers. But if you really want to see loyalty, just watch soccer games, man. Just watch football games, soccer games, whatever you want to call it. The insanity that gets wrapped into the sport and the pride aspect of it, and the whole thing is dumb as fuck to me. I mean, I like sports like anyone else, and I've collected cards in my life. Not so much anymore. For a while there, I was collecting cards like crazy. And still, like, oh, this is my guy. I like this guy. I never understand that shit. You know, Derek Jeter, he was one of my guys. But it's also because his shit was really valuable. He was Derek Jeter. Like, it has everything to do with value, not I like this guy. Weird. Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo. These are like icons. I can understand Ronaldo because Ronaldo is like a fucking god. That's a beautiful man. But Messi looks like something you scratched out from under the couch or something. He's this frumpy looking little guy. But to think like they're these, like, the amount of money that Ronaldo and Messi get paid to kick a ball around, and then, you know, other people can't eat. Like, I keep thinking about it, like, if by some chance I'm ever allowed to actually pull myself above the Goyim poverty line and Goyim awareness line, I'm going to be one of those, I'm going to use my money to fund all sorts of people. DirectD, Press NH Now, Long Island Audit. You know, there was a woman, Carolina, her name is Carolina, in Fort Worth. She's out of Fort Worth. And she was just abused, violated by the police, like extremely. Her whole face is all busted up, her arm got knocked out of socket, her elbow, her shoulder, like, for asking questions. This cop went hands-on and just violated her. Like, it was really atrocious. She didn't do anything wrong. Anything. There is nothing. The way it escalated in the 20 seconds it took place, it is just, it's insane. DirecTV's a guy I would pay for his courtship. You know, and you never hear about that. You never hear about any of these, you know, famous people with all this money supporting people like us. We support them. We buy their CDs or their music. We you know, we go to their films. We support whatever causes they want to get behind, but they don't ever get behind us. They never get behind the average citizen trying to do his best. You know, and when you think about like if I had millions of dollars, like Messi money or Ronaldo money, or once you start talking like the above $10 million, throwing $10,000 to this person, that person, $9,999 to this person, that person, this person, you know, so they don't have to report it. The checks, you know, less than 10,000 don't have to be reported. But throwing all sorts of different people that kind of money would change their lives, would exponentially help them, and would be nothing for you. You know, you got $50 million, you could give out, you could essentially spend 10 million of that and never notice. And of course, there's not a single fucking celebrity that is you know, I keep seeing like these celebrities, like they went to the Met Gallery and the one chick had Palestinian colors sewn into her dress and another one had a little pin on, and everybody loses their shit. It's like, that's the shit that they give us so that we shut the fuck up, you know? So when I say how come no stars are out there helping with this, you know, other than like Roger Waters, got to give Roger Waters his credit. But at the same time, I kind of don't, because Roger becomes another big one. Ready? The 2-2. That's all it was? There we go. Roger Waters is doing good shit. You know, at this point, if you're not questioning the legitimacy of the hostages, that there are no hostages. There are no Israeli hostages, no real Israeli hostages. That there were no Israelis killed on October 7th. If you're not questioning the fucking narrative down to the core, if you're not questioning, you know, hey, this Judaism shit needs to stop, this shit's crazy. We need to cleanse our planet of that craziness. Then you're still a part of it. You know, as long as Roger's still going, oh, well, you know, I'm not saying this, and, oh, I'm not saying, everybody's allowed to believe what they believe, and no. No, we're talking about some really disgusting shit, and we need to be against it. We need to be opposed to it as quickly and as necessary as possible. Whatever it takes to stop this insane genocidal regime from executing their plans, because we don't know where that shit ends. You don't know where you know, what they're going to consider Hamas. Boom. Boom. There it is. They could, you know, they could just start saying anyone is Hamas, and then using that as their basis for their violence and their atrocious behavior. That's Hamas. He's Hamas. Guy Williams is Hamas. When I don't even know if I believe in Hamas. I don't think there's a Hamas like they say there is. I'm pretty sure Hamas is the Israeli equivalent of Al Qaeda. It's just a manufactured, boogeyman that they can, hey, we need to attack this thing. Okay, have Hamas attack so then we can respond. So, that's pretty much all it comes down to. That's what I think is happening with Hamas. That's all it's ever been. I mean, are we going to talk about the fact that ISIS came out of nowhere, attacked Russia, killing 150 some people or whatever it is, 120 some people? They had disappeared for a decade at least. They come out of nowhere. They do this crazy attack. Oh man, his upstairs window's open. They do this crazy attack, killing all these, and then they just disappear again. They just go right back down to disappear. What? Are we really gonna believe that? And of course, at the same time, Israel's attacking hospitals. While you're concerned about 120 something Russians, the Israelis are attacking a hospital and killing 300 people. They said they killed like 272 or something people to free those 4 hostages. They killed like 270 people plus and injured hundreds more. Thousands more. I mean, ISIS killed 120 some people, blah, blah, blah. Prior to October 7th, Israel had killed 242 Palestinians. Innocent, mostly women and children, just Palestinians. Oh, well, those are militants. It's disgusting, man. It really is disgusting how all of this is playing out right in front of us, right on live TV, so to speak. And we're all just watching it. We're watching it. I mean, they're tricking people into supporting it. Free Palestine. And of course, right after I posted that, my page gets blocked for the 24 hours. I get a 24-hour block on my page. Oh yeah, I know my fault. I've been raised in this society that told me I have to like. I didn't know what it was. And most of you don't realize what it is. You just think, oh, we can't talk about that. And you don't even bother to ask yourself, like, why? Who decided that we weren't allowed to talk about them other than them? Oh, so it was blowing in the house. That's been their ultimate weapon for such a long time, is them making us feel like we can't talk about them. Making us condemn each other for talking about them. One of the movies that I really remember that was really sort of influential on me growing up as a kid. This took place, I really do think there's such a huge difference, there's such a huge growth in who we are, like, spiritually after that. And I can't remember why I was bringing that up. I was gonna make a point. But it's not okay. Like the way that the world. Come on out front with me.
Huh?
Come out front with me. It's not wet.
They can just swim up. Right?
Your mom swims up. What? Up my butt. What? I can't remember what I was gonna say. I've always been this way. And I can remember sort of coming online at that point. This is why it's tough doing this by yourself, because there's no person there to catch you when you're like if Joe slips up, he has Jamie there or somebody else there to be like, you were talking about this, like, oh yeah. That's why it kind of sucks. I'm looking at the number, man, and it's going like 0, 3, 2, 5, 6, 0, like really weird. But you don't, the thing is, you don't not talk about Jews because they're just so good to you. They're just such great people and you respect them so much. You don't talk about them because you're scared to. Because you've been threatened to. And it's funny because it's not even like an obvious sort of threat. It's this real subtle, everything you've ever done has told you you're not allowed to talk about them. The whole Holocaust thing. Like one of my biggest hang-ups with the Holocaust, and it's always been that way, is, obviously Jews have a look to them, and I think, that's why they do it. That's what it is. Because you could say that the Jews were identifiable by the way that they looked, but they don't want that. They don't want there to be this obvious, like it's obvious, just like you could see what black people look like. And there are exceptions to the rule. My grandmother identified as black her whole life, and you wouldn't think so looking at her. But the whole idea that the Jews wore armbands and little badges that identified them as Jews, because otherwise they would have just been able to slip through unnoticed, is basically what that says. So why wouldn't they have just taken the armbands off and gotten out? Who do you have to, if you're leaving a place that is supposedly negative against you, why would you care? Like, well, it's a matter of pride. I'm not gonna denounce my Jewish heritage. Just, well, first of all, none of the people around you are gonna be around you anymore. And then wherever you go to, you could just say you're Jewish again, and it won't really matter. So why would they have been wearing these armbands and these badge identifiers, these patches? Other than they need that for the story. That's what it comes down to. You know that the whole Holocaust myth didn't even happen until afterwards? prior to and during, you know, there were talks about what Hitler was doing and Hitler this is conquering that, blah, blah, blah. But somehow nobody noticed all these Jews gone missing. Strange, huh? You think that's possible? You think 6 million people can just disappear and people aren't going to notice? But imagine, go back to the armbands. Imagine if suddenly the government makes it mandatory for, you know, if you're an anti-vaxxer, then you need to wear an armband that says you're an anti-vaxxer. Who's gonna fucking do that? You're gonna do that? Just, oh, it's a matter of pride. I'll show my pride. And you know, at this point, like I say, to me, it's all bullshit. I look at old videos, old pictures of things, and I've been doing this for years. I've always said this. Don't look at what they want you to look at in the picture. Look in the backgrounds. Look in the... this is a great exercise to do when you're watching concentration camp footage. Look at the backgrounds. Sure, there's going to be the 10 or 15 actors in the front. See, one of the things they do with the Holocaust stuff is they always show it from like this level, right? And I had to... people will be standing there all sad, but it'll be this level. And all you see is the top of heads 3-4 rows back. So you can assume that there's hundreds of people there, you just can't see them. When they really want to show how many people are someplace, they come at it like that. So you can sit there and you can see just how many people are there. And they don't do that with Holocaust footage. They always want you to focus on the 10 or 15, 20, 30 people in the foreground, but never look behind them. I can think of like footage of supposed Jews being transferred from one place to another. And you see them walking, and there's just, I can see the video. They're walking in this tight, like, corridor of fencing, and they're all so sad looking and disheveled. But none of them are skinny. None of them look emaciated. You know, just like none of the hostages today look emaciated whenever they get released. They're always tanned. They have haircuts. They're shaved. Look at that shit. I mean, it's fucking crazy. It's so stupid how they do this. Not only were these hostages given individual doctors and given the best food and treated really well, they were also allowed to groom. They were given grooming products. And we all know how Jews are known for their grooming habits. Am I right? When you think of Jews, you think like grooming, well-groomed people who take care of themselves and shower.
I think of rich people that pay people to take care of them.
Yeah, but the Hasidic type of Jews.
I guess I never thought about that.
Oh, you've never had that pleasant aroma hanging out with them? It's wonderful. It's a wonderful aroma. A B.O. But they're, you know, to think that they're being held hostage, but they're keeping up with their haircuts, making sure they have haircuts. It's all bullshit. You understand, like, I shouldn't be able to question it. If it's true, I shouldn't be able to question it. Look at this one line.
Oh my God.
If it's true, I shouldn't be able to question it. It should be like, yeah, that's the way it is. It's obvious. But see, you can't do that with things. You can't even do that with the rain. If I say to you, why does it rain? You're going to say because the sun evaporates water, and the water, you know, evaporation turns into condensation, then turns into precipitation. The cycle that we all learned as very young kids. But see, I don't know if you realize this. 1 inch, 1 square foot of rain, 1 inch deep, is a gallon, is 6 pounds. So when you say an inch of rain fell across, you know, say Chicago, I've done the math for Chicago. You know, the square footage of Chicago is like 900 million or some shit like that. When you think like 1 inch alone times that 900 million something, I mean, you're talking a giggity pounds of water was just floating up in the sky. And it was just floating there till something made it fall. You see dark clouds all the time and it's not raining. But because you believe that, you then accept the entire narrative that comes with it. You know, that hail. I mean, literally, if you look at the official explanation for how hail happens, a piece of dust or something like that gets caught in a super updraft and gets taken up to what they describe as basically an upside down lake, where the piece of hail, the piece of dust goes into the water and then falls back down, and as it falls back down, it's frozen. It flash freezes and then gets pushed back up into this water, where that process just keeps happening over and over again, and the hailstone gets bigger and bigger. That's why hailstones look like jawbreakers, you know. What? What? We can't. Hailstones look like jawbreakers when you cut them in half. They're just, it's layers. It's flash frozen layers. So when they're literally telling you that there's this point way up super high where the drafts take the dust, that it then goes in and out of essentially a lake. What are they talking about? I challenge any of you to tell me I'm wrong. Hurry up, go Google it real quick. Go see if you can find the explanation and tell me what I'm wrong about. They flat out tell you that there's some sort of water layer that it goes into. And the thing is, you know, most of the people that will argue with me, they have no fucking idea. They're just going to argue with me because I have to be wrong. I'm saying stuff that goes against the narrative, and it's me. Look at my hair, look at my beard, and I'm saying it, so I must be wrong. My wife is like that. Believe it or not. Nothing. And it's frustrating because it's like they don't have a foundation for their argument. It's just that I must be wrong. Like, you don't know another explanation for how we get hail, especially big ass, you know, grapefruit-sized clumps of hail have fallen from the sky. You're telling me something kept that grapefruit-sized thing floating in the sky to the point where it could form? Do you know how many layers have to flash freeze before you get a grapefruit-sized ball of hail? But, you know, I'm crazy for questioning that, huh? For not just thinking, yeah, that's a result.